Hello everyone. Welcome back to the another session of customer relationship management. This is Dr.R.RAJKUMAR, Assistant Professor in Commerce Bank Management, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Autonomous Cuddalore, Tamil Nadu, India. In last class, we have seen about the basics of CRM, advantages of CRM, and disadvantages of CRM. In today's class, we are going to see about the various types of CRM involved in the business. First, we are going to see about the strategic CRM. What is strategic? Strategic is a planning or something, the way which we approach for a business or way which we do for a work. We are just establishing how they are doing. Strategic. Strategic CRM is a type of CRM where the business puts the customer first, because every business in last session also we discussed about, I was telling about how the customer is important for a business. In here also we are really, for a business, the customer is more important. It collects, it segregates and applies information about the customers, and it will helps the better value proportion for the customer need. How the customer is more important, what are the customer influences, how the customer influences the business. This is what the customer really needs. For every successful business, we need a effective customer. What are the customers' point of view about the product or a service is more important. We have to understand that the entrepreneur or a businessman has to understand the minds of the customer, which includes what their mind, what are the products they like, how the products influences the customer mindset. We need to understand. By this only the customers or the buyer and the seller relationship can be managed and maintained for a long time. It helps the businessman to have a better growth in their business. Next, we are going to see about operational CRM. Operational, it is something like a self-automation, market automation and service automation, the robots, the machines where we can do the business. Nowadays, machine learning, virtual learning are the latest trending topics were discussed in the market, how the business can be transmitted through their machines, through their machine learning. So these are the things where the customer and the buyer can be influenced to generate the leads of the business, and their leads, their customer information leads, can convert them into a context, how that context can help the businessman to capture among the data of the consumers and provide the service through their customer life cycle. Because for business, once the business has started, the businessman or entrepreneur should understand who are the targeted customers for their particular business or a product or service. We need to understand. Once we understand these things, we have to identify the targeted customers, which will help the market or helps their business to be so successful. How the customer is very important. What are the things to be adapted for the successful growth rate of the business, which can be done through their strategy of promotion or ads which are given in the market. Operational. Then we are going to see about the analytical CRM. Analytical is based on the capturing, interpreting, segregating, storing, modifying, processing and reporting customer related data. For everything, for the first successful business rate, to have a successful business or successful growth rate, we need to understand the customer is important. Customer information is important. Customer details for a particular shop or a business or a targeted customer is really important, because we need to understand what are the capturing, what are the interpreting, what are the things to be segregated, what are the storing, what are the modifying, what are the process and reporting information to be related to the data. It contains internal business wide data as a sales force. Internally, what the businessman, what the entrepreneur has to understand, what the entrepreneur is to be developed These are the things what the product has, because the customer, once the customer is going to purchase a product, he will think in a different ways what the product is, what the product specification or ingredients which give us, what is the volume of the product, how quality it is, or is it a new product or a old product, what are the company's history. All these things can be identified or the customers will be seeking for. The entrepreneur should understand what they are selling. They need to understand these things, what the customer mind needs. They have to explain their products or explain to the customers about their particular product, which influences them to purchase it in the future. This comes under the sales data. What is meant for a financial data? How the financial, what are the customers previously purchased in that, whether they have purchased continuously in their particular shop, or continuously purchasing their own product, or continuously purchasing their time span of the product. These are the things to be understood. Marketing data, campaign figure. Some of the brands used to put campaigns in the various places to attract the customers, where their business can be developed in the growth rate. The customers can come in, they can understand their product, they can get the information from the campaign manager and get the information. So customer loyalty scheme of the program can be done so elaborately. So last then collaborative CRM. Collaborative CRM is an alignment of resource and strategies between separate business for identifying, acquiring, developing, retaining and maintaining valuable customers. Collaborative. Some of the brands which used to have a collaboration with the other brands. So it comes under a resource and strategies, where a separate business have a different type of business can be marketed in the business. So the customer or the seller has to identify what are the products available in the market, what are the whether the competitors are doing the same product or same marketing strategy for developing a particular thing. They need to identify the product, and they have to acquire the information about the product and the customers. They have to develop it. They have to develop how the competitive products are better. We need to improve our product than that. We have to retain the customers and maintain the valuable customers for the future. For every day, every time, existing customer has to be satisfied, and by them we need the businessman or the entrepreneur has to develop or to increase the new customer to have a potential customer. It employed in a B2B scenario, where business to business, which multiple businesses can contact product development, market research and marketing jointly, where the product has to be developed, where the market research has to be developed, and the marketing jointly together. These are the three things will be collaborated for the successful business rate, which improves the success rate in the business, where the smooth communication and transactions among the businesses will help the business more effectively. The customer and the buyer seller has a success rate of in the relationship, which provides effective business growth rate or sales rate growth in the higher level. The buyer has to understand the salesperson. The salesman has to get their information of their customer. They have to follow whether the particular product or a service which was given earlier is so satisfied to the customer. By this we can improve the customer sales, or we can improve the purchasing pattern of the customers to develop their business so effectively. It will help to modify the products or their success rate in the business. This is the pictorial representation of customer CRM, customer relationship management cycle. This time we have seen about the various types of customer relationship management. Now we are going to see about the CRM cycle, what this process has been done in the customer relationship management. By having or understanding this CRM cycle, we can understand what the business is really meant in the society, how the customer is more important, what are the customer requirements are there, what are the sellers requirements are there, how they are gaining more number of profit with a particular product. These are the things we can understand. By this we can see one by one. First we can understand and differentiate. These are the pictorial representation. I can tell you here we can see understand and differentiate. By understanding the business or a product, or understanding the customer and differentiating the segmentation of the customers, we can definitely improve the customer business. Understanding the customer needs first. What the customer really wants. What is the minds of the customer? It will create the huge impact about the business, because customer is more ultimate important for the business, and they need to understand what are the things to be adapted, and these things the customer, understanding the customer needs, and by understanding this, the businessman can develop their particular product and their services to the consumers. Differentiating is based on the consumer characteristics and behavior also, because every customer could not be the same thing, same mind. Everybody is differ from each other, so the manufacturer has to understand the behavioral pattern or the characteristics of each customer, so that they can develop it. Second one, develop and customize. Once the product idea has been fixed, or business plan is fixed, we need to develop our product, we need to develop our service. What are the channels to reach the customer needs? What are the needs? Already we have identified what are the needs. Now we have to understand what is the channel to meet the customer, how we can change the customers, or how we can grab the customers into the market. So we need to understand, we have to develop the product, and by this we have to develop our services, and by all the doing these things, we can have a better market in the society. By having these things, we can easily segment the customer segmentation. We can customize this customer segmentation. What are the people, those who are products for these kind of people, these products for this kind of people. We can segregate the products and sell the products or services to the customer so effectively, because more number of customers are available in the market. So we need to attract them with a particular product based on their behavior or the mindset. Interact and deliver. Interact with the customer, talk to the customers and prospective customers. They can give idea what are the requirements they need, what they really need, what the product has to give them, what the service has to give them. By this we can develop, or we can deliver the increased value to the customer. We can give the better product to the customer. It will definitely improve the growth rate of the business, and it will definitely give you the huge profit to the customers. So the value of the customer depends upon the feedback given by the customer. So product which they are going to use for a product in the society or a company, which leads them to have a good number of structure. What are the acquire and retain? Acquire and retain. We need to acquire customers and prospective customer. We need to understand acquiring customers and prospective customer. We have to retain valuable customer, because for every business you need customer. We have to acquire and retain the customer for the betterment of the particular product or service which was given in the rented company or a manufacturer. For every manufacturing unit, for the success rate, we need to understand customer is not. CRM cycle is something which is more than that, where the business needs everything. If you see in this pictorial representation, all the four things, major points, are interlinked with the customer, because without customer nothing can be done. So what are the profit profile? We can go through just a recap of the CRM cycle. Understand differentiation, primary research has to be done, customer evaluation has to be done. It will give a promotion to the understanding the profitability of the potentiality. Develop and customize. As I said, the company has to focus on their development of the product and get their feedback from the customers so that they can customize their product so effectively. By this, the consumers can buy more number of product with the improved quality or the quantity of the product or service. Interact and deliver. What are the interactions? How? By talking with the customers or the people, those who are going to a particular product, we can get the company can get more number of idea what they are expecting, what is their behavioral need, what their characteristics, what they are requiring. By this they can develop it, acquire and retain. To have a successful retention, we have to maintain better interaction, never stop listening from the customer, continue to deliver to customer differentiation of values. So changing of stages or changing of things or being alert with the changes or modifying the service on the quality of the product can definitely bring out with a good number of quantity of the research. So these are the things today in a class C we have seen types of CRM and CRM cycle. In next class we can see about the various things. Thank you. Good day.